Post that there and to the. All right, 1 second. I'm almost done. Gotta get all this shit done. All right, here we are back for a Week 17 predictions video. This is it, final week of the season. Everybody's been waiting for this moment to get to the playoffs. Everybody's super excited to be here. There's a lot of people got some stuff to figure out this week. A lot of teams on that bubble trying to get a spot. Both races are interesting. The AFC has a nice come down to as well. So it's going to be it's going to be a fun week. Make sure you're streaming your games. They're supposed to be streamed. That should be all games of the week. There's 4 of them this week because all 4 games are very significant to the playoff race. Make sure you're also streaming any divisional games. We probably are going to advance early as once all the important games are done. But if you have a game that you really need to play, or you've got a dev up or something like that, even if you and your opponent are out the playoffs or something, make sure you let us know, and we'll work out the schedule as best as we can so that y'all can play y'all's game. Everybody, even when I suck and whenever I wasn't making the playoffs, I wanted to play every week. So I know there's some people that are the same. Let's see here. If people are breaking rules, we're fixing to get into the playoffs especially, man. And, all playoff games are supposed to be streamed. But if people are breaking rules or not following them, make sure you are talking to the commissioner about it with proof. We've had to warn a couple different people about a couple different rules over the past couple weeks that haven't been issues before. So hopefully those will get resolved as best they can. Remember, if your player snags a player of the week, that they're going to get a +1 attribute to any statistic other than strength, speed, acceleration, agility, throw power, or hit power. I forgot to post those, so I'll be posting them momentarily. That's going to be pretty much it. So let's get into this video. We got a lot of stuff to go over, and a lot of people, so this is going to be a significant video. Let's start with the weekly awards. We'll start off with the NFC Offensive Player of the Year. Oh shit! I forgot to introduce who we're doing the video with. It's gonna be 3 of us for the video. It's gonna be myself, and then Efly. He's the Giants user. Leslie, he's the Browns user.
Yeah.
And Chris, he's the Bears user. Okay, yeah, and Chris. So let's start off with the NFC Offensive Player of the Week. So go ahead.
Alright, so we got Timothy Gurley, 15 carries, 182 rushing yards.
Yeah, I can barely hear you, Efly.
Okay, my bad. Alright, he had 15 carries, 182 rushing yards, 3 rushing touchdowns, 9 receptions for 131 receiving yards, and 1 touchdown.
Alright, NFC defensive side. Simple, sweet numbers. AFC offensive side. That's a familiar name.
Puka Williams from the Broncos, 18 carries, 284 yards rushing, averaging 15 yards a carry, and he didn't have 6 rushing touchdowns. Goddamn, 6 rushing touchdowns and a receiving touchdown. So yeah, he's still going crazy. I think he's top 3 in the league in rushing. So I don't know if he could get 2,000 yards.
Who do you play?
But
he played the Raiders last week. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. I don't remember his first name, but Melifonwu for the Bills had 8 tackles and 3 interceptions. So I know that's the second award that he's won this week, so good for him. I'm fixing to post those to the chat also, so if any of your players want a Player of the Week, make sure you're letting me know so that we can get your attribute out. Let's do the yearly side. NFL MVP race. We got Puka Williams leading the way. He needs another big week this week to clinch it. Derrick Henry right there in second place, and Aaron Rodgers in third. Tua had a bad week, and he dropped off. Looks like the 4th. Coach of the year, Coach Twan Lundy leading the way. He's only got 1 loss all season. He's 14-1. Then Saban, he's at 13-2, and then Skins user Nat K having a really good year with his team. He's 11-4. This Coach of the Year stuff has always been whack to me because it doesn't take. It just goes by best record. So for me, like if I was going to promote a couple people that have had really good seasons, really bad starts maybe, or have come off the ground with their teams, I think Efly definitely would be up for Coach of the Year at 11-3-1. Um, Jaguars did pretty good, 10-5. Chargers user has been very, it's hard to do a coach of the year when um, you take into account the whole season. But after starting a 0-4-1, he's won like 8 out of his last 10 as well. He's done a good job. Skins also definitely should be up there. All these people have had really impressive years. Let's start with the AFC Offensive Awards. All right, Leslie, take it away.
Uh, Offensive Player of the Year, obviously Puka Williams, followed by Derrick Henry and Tua. Offensive Rookie of the Year, obviously Puka Williams, followed by Travis Etienne and Jalen Waddle for third. Best QB, Tua, followed by Jordan Love, and then Joe Burrow. Best running back, Puka Williams, Derrick Henry, Austin Eckler. How old is Austin Eckler, man? He got to be at least 30, 31.
I don't think he's that old, actually.
No, he seems like he's been around forever.
Yeah.
Uh, Best wide receiver, we got Jalen Waddle, followed by my guy Odell Beckham and Henry Ruggs for Raiders. Best O-line, we got Ronnie Stanley from the Ravens, Alex Mack, and David Castro from the Jaguars. That's your guy. And then we can do kicker too.
Yeah,
And
kicker. Go ahead.
And Justin Tucker from the Ravens, followed by your guy Lambeau and McManus from the Broncos.
All right, AFC Defensive Awards. Get the Defensive Player of the Year. Shaun Wade has had this locked up for about 7 weeks now. Adoree Jackson right there in second. Jabril Cox, first linebacker on the board, there at third. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Shaun Wade. No surprise there. Followed by 2 Jags, Cox and Cisco. Best defensive line, you got Joey Bosa, followed by Jadeveon Clowney and Chris Jones. Best linebacker, Jabril Cox, Patrick Queen, and Jerome Baker. Best defensive back, Shaun Wade, Adoree Jackson, and Andre Cisco. So good stuff there. Let's start off with the NFC Offensive Awards now.
All right, so for the Offensive Player of the Year, we got Aaron Rodgers for the Packers, followed by Desmond Ridder, quarterback for the Redskins, and then Dalvin Cook for the Vikings, which is weird. They're 2-13. Offensive Rookie of the Year, we got Desmond Ridder, quarterback. It's pretty good. Tamorian Terry, wide receiver for the Packers, and Rondale Moore for the Bears. Best QB, we got Aaron Rodgers, Desmond Ridder, and Jimmy Garoppolo. Best running backs, Dalvin Cook, Saquon Barkley, Todd Gurley. Best wide receiver, Tamorian Terry, Terry McLaurin, Rondale Moore. Best O-line, David Tari, Terran Armstead, and Ryan Ramczyk. I do want to point out, though, there are 4 Giants on this list.
Wow.
And then best kicker, that'd be Jake Elliott, and then Joey Sly, Will Lutz.
All right. Defensive Awards.
Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah. You know that guy.
Yeah, I say it's a little fitting that Chris is the one who reads off as Roquan Smith's going to win Defensive Player of the Year. Man, that
Defensive Rookie of the Year. I had to trade him to that.
yeah, you definitely made it happen.
Best D-line, Montez Sweat, followed by Nick Bosa. Best linebacker, though, Khalil Mack, followed by Smith. Best defensive back is Trevor King.
Oh, who is this linebacker for the? I'm sorry to cut you off, man. Who is this linebacker for the Eagles, man? He's like he's a 68 overall on a 1-14 team, and he's third on the linebacker list. He must just have like 200 tackles on the season or something.
I'm gonna go check that out right now.
He's a 68 overall.
Followed by Kevin King. Defensive back, kicker, Jake Elliott. I don't understand why the guy's fifth, but
Yeah, that is strange.
Sean Bradley, the linebacker for the Eagles, he has 77 tackles, 10 tackles for a loss, 1 sack, and 7 interceptions.
I guess he's his user. He's doing good stuff. Only 68 overall.
Fumbles
And
and 1 touchdown.
one thing I'll note real quick. Dean mentioned this. The offensive boost we give if your team gets 6,000 offensive yards in the season, you're going to get a plus. Any offensive lineman that you have, you can pick one to go from normal to star. If you have full stars, then you'll get 1 star to superstar. Um,
Heard that,
but
Chris?
you have to get 6,000 offensive yards. The teams that are in reach, you got the Bears at 5,903. I have to imagine that Chris is going to get it. Packers at 5882, probably going to get it. Jags at 5687, would need a 300-yard week. It's possible. Dolphins at 5649. I'm sure Savon will put up 700 yards this week at least. Broncos at 5640 have a good chance. Giants at 5542 have a chance. Cardinals at 5534 have a chance. Skins also. All these 55 teams, like the Skins and the Titans, even when you get down to the Browns, even have a chance. You need a 500-yard week, 546 yards against Quick. It's possible. Anybody below that, I would say probably no. When you start talking 600 offensive yards, it would just have to be ridiculous. But really interesting that a lot of teams have a good chance here to get it. Next week, after we finish the season, I'm gonna do the we'll do like who had the best stats from each one and stuff like that, as well as overall. Look at the playoff breakdown. I don't have a full breakdown this year, honestly, just because I haven't had time to do it. On the AFC side, with Savon losing, though, Twan locked up the 1 seed. Dolphins are locked into the 2 seed at 13-2. Broncos are locked into the 3 seed at 11-4. And that's going to put the Bengals and Ravens up there fighting for that 4th spot. If the Ravens win and the Bengals lose and both teams finish 10-6, it's a huge game. And why for Quick if he needs to win? The Bengals would lose the division, the Ravens would win the division, and would send the Bengals all the way back to the 7th seed, which would mean he plays Savon in the first round instead of playing me, likely me. So this is a very important game for Quick. 5th seed currently is the Jaguars. They've locked up a playoff spot. If they win this week against the Pats, they're going to claim the 5th seed. If they lose and the Bills win, they'll get the 6th seed. If they lose and the Bills and the Ravens both win, they'll get the 7th seed. Bills, obviously, likely in the 6th seed. He plays the Colts this week, hoping for a Jags loss so he can get up to the 5th seed. And Ravens, currently in the 7th seed. It's not a guarantee. It's a really huge game between the Ravens and the Raiders this week. If the Ravens win the game, they're going to make the playoffs. If they lose the game and the Chargers beat the Chiefs, then the Chargers make the playoffs, which is just be poetic justice to the crazy run he's been on. Everybody else is eliminated. Everybody else farther back has been eliminated. Raiders came really close, but a tough loss last week to Jay Will, and the Broncos eliminated him. For the NFC,
This year too. He saw undefeated, I believe, right? For like the first 6-7 games.
yeah, the Raiders were. He was 5-0,
Yeah.
and then he kind of has just collapsed. He first loss of the season was to the Pats, actually. When you go back and I don't like to take away credit from anyone, but I also don't want to make it seem like he just had an utter breakdown. All of his 5 wins were over teams that have 5 or less wins currently on the season. So he doesn't. None of them were like an impressive win. His first couple weeks, so he kind of got into the meat and potatoes of his schedule and got pushed around. Did have a few really good games with a few opponents though, so he's going to be up there next season. NFC side, Dean is 12-3. As long as he wins, he gets the 1 seed. Now, if he were to lose, it could go a million different ways. The Giants play with the Broncos this week in a massive game. If Dean loses and Efly wins, then the Giants get the 1 seed. If Dean loses and Efly also loses and Chris wins, then Chris gets the 1 seed. He would also need the Skins to lose too. Wow, Chris, you got a real difficult time to get to the 1 spot. Packers, Giants, and Redskins all need to lose. Yeah, Packers, Giants, and Redskins all. Yeah. Packers, Giants, Redskins all need to lose for the Bears to get the 1 seed. Giants and Packers both need to lose for the Redskins to get the 1 seed. Saints are locked into the playoffs as well. Likely going to be getting this 4th spot, this 3rd spot here, because the NFC West is just a shit show of a whole bunch of teams fighting with each other. So when we look at the NFC West, you get the Seahawks at 9-6, the Cardinals at 9-6, the Rams at 8-7. Although he loses any tiebreaker, he gets in with the Cardinals and the Rams, with the Cardinals and the Seahawks. So then you start talking about this last wild card spot. because one of the Seahawks or Cardinals is going to get in. You're going to have the loser of the Seahawks and Cardinals, and then you're going to have the Falcons and the Lions all fighting for one spot. Now, luckily for the Lions and Peso, I don't remember. He is playing Dwayne this week, so he's getting a forced one, I believe. While the Falcons have to play Savon, and the Cardinals have to play Twan. So very, very lucky draw for the Lions with the
Wait, who does Dean
Cardinals.
play?
Dean plays the Steelers.
Never mind.
Yeah,
What would happen if I lost and Redskins win?
he would win the division,
What
and
seed? What seed would I be in?
you would drop all the way down to the
4, right?
no. Well, the Redskins would win the division, so he would drop to at least 5. But Chris is going to win as well. If Chris wins and you lose, Efly, then you're going to drop to the 6th seed, right? Is that because you would drop all the way down to the 6th seed.
And who would get the 3rd seed, Jimmy?
In that scenario, yes, it would be Jimmy. So you would go from having a 2 seed to having the 6th seed.
Jimmy already got a third seed.
No, that's what he's saying. If Efly
Honestly,
loses and
I'd
was
rather
that?
play Jimmy than the Falcons. Falcons was annoying to play
Well, what I was trying to tell you was I don't think the Falcons are going to make the playoffs. He plays Savon this week, and the Cardinals play Twan this week. The Lions play Dwayne, and he's getting a forced win. So I think unless there's a huge upset, Peso is probably getting that 7th spot. So I mean, obviously we don't want to rack anyone as much as we can, but it just depends on on your scenario. Obviously, you want to go out there and try to win. You know what I mean? We don't.
I don't know. I was thinking of Benjamin Barkley. Not sure.
I mean, that wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. Actually, Broncos talked to me yesterday about benching Puka, so maybe y'all two can come to an agreement together and bench him.
Yeah, maybe.
Because he's locked in the 3 seed. But this is a big game for you. You should want to win the division. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm taking that division. Hell yeah.
Because
What's games of the week, real quick?
I gotta
The Titans and Cardinals are playing right now.
I would say we just finished this. I'm going to go over the 4 games of the week, and then we'll start the predictions. Sorry that took forever to get through all that. For the league schedule, here we go. We have 4 games of the week, like I said. So first we've got the Broncos at the Giants. Then we've got the Ravens at the Raiders, the Titans at the Cardinals, and the Falcons at the Dolphins. All of those games have significant matters in the playoff scenario, so should all be really good games to look into.
Saints and Bucks are playing right now.
Saints and Bucks kicking off right now. Looks like the
Titans and the Cardinals are too.
do they have a
already
stream?
kicked though.
They have a stream
That's
up?
what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't see one.
I'll message him about it. Who's the road team? He's been molding Savage to move to cornerback in the offseason. Every time he's gotten like a player of the week or whatever like that, he's done his man coverage. Well, I think Dean's got big plans, and I'm not sure Jair Alexander is going to be on that roster at the end of the offseason. Yeah, Jair is insane, bro. I don't know how you could trade him. You know what I mean?
He hasn't.
He's got 99 man coverage. you know. Anyway, let's do the predictions. Let me pull up the records. God, the fucking Madden Companion app is still down, bro. Just makes everything difficult. 1 second. Like it'll load I can update Daddy Leagues, but I can't see people's records and like the schedule being played. It's something with the patch that Madden put out. It's causing some sort of issues with it. Don't know. Hopefully they'll get that fixed because it has been. I can't if I'm at work or something like that. I can't post the schedule because I can't see it. 1 second here. I'm pulling it up. Finally got it updated, so I have to go look at records on Daddy Leagues instead of there. Let's see here. All right, first off, we got the Saints at the Bucks. Saints are 11-4 on the season, while the Buccaneers are down at 5-10. He's had a real rough start. I mean, real rough finish to the year after a good start. I want to say he was like 3-0 or something like that, and has just absolutely collapsed the last couple weeks. That game is being played right now, so let's poke on over here real fast and see the score. Looks like the score is tied 0-0 with the Saints driving in the Buccaneers' territory early in the first quarter. So really could go any way at this point. We'll start off with the NFC users for this one. Efly, what do you think about this game?
Honestly, I got the Bucks in an upset here.
You got the Bucks and an upset after. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Chris. Saints. It's hard to hear you, man. It keeps cutting in and out. All right, Leslie. What do you think, man?
I like the Saints to keep on rolling off their big win from the previous week over the champ. So yeah, I like the Saints to keep going in the playoffs. Keep it going into the playoffs.
Yeah, big win last week over the Dolphins. The thing that strikes out to me most over the 17-7 win is that Savon only scored 7 points. That was it. And now, granted, I do know he was having some serious internet issues and things like that, but there were times where you could tell he was not lagging and just made a mental error. He had 2 picks in the end zone, I want to say, in the fourth quarter, which is just not like him at all.
He got his
That
scheme
fourth
down
down.
packed so much, like he got his scheme down packed that he anticipates stuff, so he expects it to be there. And Jimmy just made some great reads on a lot of things, man.
Yeah, Jimmy. One thing I'll say about Jimmy is he's been super impressive on the defensive side of the ball this year. Let's see. Next we have the Browns at 4-11, playing on the road at the 10-5 Bengals. Huge game for the Bengals. They win the division. If they lose and the Ravens win, then the Ravens win the division. So these two teams played once earlier in the year. Bengals won 42-7. So I know Leslie's definitely looking to play him a tight game here. Always competitive, especially on the offensive side of the football. So it's going to be interesting. We'll start with Chris here, man. What do you think? Bengals. Okay. Um, Efly.
Let's see. Didn't you score like 59 points the other week?
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I got Leslie winning this one.
Wow, that is a huge pick. All right, Leslie, let's hear the prediction, man. Do you think you're going to win on the road?
Yeah, I'm not gonna bet against myself. Sam Darnold got a development game, so I'm definitely gonna, and I'm trying to get that 6,000 yards. So
Bro,
I'm definitely
honestly,
gonna
yeah.
come out.
F the
I
win.
got
F the win. Shoot for that upgrade.
I got a little bit of motivation. So I probably throw a lot. It'll be a big turnover game, but I'm gonna have a lot of yards also. So we'll see.
Yep, I definitely I like it. Um, I think this game is not going to be 42-7. I still am going to pick the Bengals to win, but I think that defensively he's not particularly adept. He runs a lot of the same type plays. If you kind of get him figured out, you can have a lot of success on offense. I am going to pick the Bengals to win, but I'm going to go much closer. Probably 34-20 or something like that. What are your keys to victory, Leslie? What are the 3 things you need to do to get the win?
Uh, Stop the run, stop John Ross, and limit turnovers.
Turnovers. Yep, definitely. Next, we have the 49ers. Gavin has kind of, after he came back and won his first 2 games, got super excited, talked a lot of shit, and he's been humbled the last couple weeks. 4-11, playing on the road at the 11-4 Bears. Big game for the Bears. Still a chance to win the division and to make to get the 1 seed. So big game here. Gavin definitely needs to improve offensively if he's going to even have a chance in this game, I think. So we'll start off with Leslie here, man. What do you think?
I like the Bears in this one. This is a better user overall, better roster. Um, yeah, I think the Bears by 3 scores.
All right. E-Fly?
I got 49ers in an upset. I
Oh
feel
man,
like
are you gonna take these predictions seriously, bro?
nah, I'm serious, bro. I think Mostert's gonna come out firing, and I feel like
You picked 3 upsets already.
so.
All right, Giants. All right, so Giants are taking the Niners. All right, Chris, let's hear it.
The Bears.
Taking the Bears. All right, man. Give me a quick 3 keys to victory. What do you need to do to win?
Nothing. He tried.
Man, it's Savon once told me after I took a tough loss early this year, man. Do not underestimate any of your opponents. Always play everyone the same. Go out there like you're playing for the Super Bowl, and that's how you will consistently get more wins than anybody else. I'm gonna pick.
That is true though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played Jimmy like a playoff game.
Um. So I'm gonna take the Bears to win. I think Gavin's just too turnover prone. He can't pass the ball. With his offense, if he gets behind and you force him to throw, he just can't catch up.
I've
Especially against
never
that
seen him
Bears
play.
defense. He's posted a few games and things like that. He's a heavy run team. Heavy run team. One thing, I mean, obviously, I'm sure you know the way this goes, Chris, is that just stop stop Mostert. Every single play with your user, go cover Mostert because he's going to throw to him if he's not running with him. That is his entire offense. Next, we got the Vikings, who, after starting off 0-11, have won 2 out of their last 4. They're at 2-13, playing on the road at the Panthers, who are 5-10. Panthers beat the Eagles last week. Good motivational win for him. His team is getting more, it's getting more competitive week to week. I think he's going to be one of those teams in a few seasons that could maybe next year or the year after, they could be fighting for one of those playoff spots. He can surprise people. It seems like every Madden, a few times he'll upset a few people that just he'll come out of the blue and beat them. Herc is all about the run game, and Dalvin Cook. I think he's won the most offensive player of the year awards so far this season. Dalvin Cook has. He's just all about stopping him. 2 NFC teams here, so we'll go ahead and start with Chris, man.
The Vikings.
The Vikings on the road. Efly?
I got the Panthers winning this.
All right, Leslie.
Yeah, I got the Vikings. Another big week for Dalvin Cook.
This could be a really interesting game. I think that it could be one of those down to the wire games. Doesn't really matter for playoff scenarios. It could just be a great game to watch. I think I'm going to take the Panthers. A little bit better defensively, a little less turnover prone. Run game definitely not as impressive as the Vikings. But I'll go Panthers in a low scoring affair, 17-14. Next we got the Jets at, let's see here. The Jets are 4-11 playing at the 2-13 Texans. I know that both these teams we're talking about getting this game played. Jets has built his team the way he wants to build it. I think he's only a season 2 away from really, really competing. 1 second.
Y'all good? Hello?
Yeah, I think he muted it to get his daughter. I don't know which one of them did. I don't even know if the Bears got kids. Might have been Jason.
Yeah, Chris got kids.
All right. Wow. Sorry, guys. Sorry. All right.
Where mommy at, man? Where the mom at?
She's in the bathroom. She's
Oh,
gonna be back in just a second. Shh. It's okay. Shh. Where were we at? What week was on? What game were we on?
Jets and Texans.
Jets at Texans. There we go. Jets have really started to build this team the way he wants to build it. He's competing week in and week out with them. Texans need to improve on the defensive side of the ball, definitely. He's got a decent offense, especially with Deshaun Watson. He's just got to be a little less turnover prone. So let's to AFC teams. Let's start off with Leslie, man. What do you think here? This game actually matters a lot for you and your draft positioning.
Yeah, I like the Jets in this one, even though yeah, I like the Jets. I haven't seen a lot of the Texans play, so I'm just gonna go with the Jets over familiarity.
Okay. All right. Efly, fellow New York team.
I'm gonna go with the Jets in this one. I think, like you said, Jets is building his team around. I think the final game of the season, he's gonna set off strong for next season.
All right, Chris.
Yes.
All right, I'm also taking the Jets on the road here. So clean sweep 4-0. We'll see how that goes. Next, we got the Eagles at 1-14, playing on the road at the 11-4 Redskins. Skins looking to win this division. Eagles has promised the Giants, the Cowboys, and the Skins in chat that next year he is retaking his throne. So that's going to start with a victory here on the road. Man, the football team has played a great season. Man, he's been impressive on both sides of the football. Desmond Ridder is just throwing the ball everywhere, running around, just doing everything. So been really impressive for him. You know this team's better than anyone, Efly. So let's hear it.
Redskins plays good football. I'm not trying to hate on him, but I want to say he plays one-dimensional. Plays a lot of play action. I mean, I do the same thing, but plays a lot of play action. I think Eagles is gonna upset him. I think Eagles is gonna come out and beat him, like you said. Said he's gonna take the division next year, so I think he's gonna start off strong with a win here.
All right. Chris, two other NFC teams. What were you saying before, by the way? My bad.
Well, the football team.
The football team. All right, Leslie.
If the if the football team gets up big, then I don't think the Eagles are going to be motivated to play because I think they're shooting for like the number one pick, right?
They
Like have
actually
like
they actually do hold the number one pick at the moment.
so if it's close, I'll take the Eagles in the close game. But if it's a blowout, I don't think they're going to be motivated to win. The Washington used to be I used to call him a sneaky good user, but he's not sneaky anymore. Like he plays really consistent, almost like every week from the time he actually
I
joined the league. I used to underrate him a little bit, but not anymore.
I've been thinking over the past couple seasons now, these two in this year,
Yeah,
he may be one of the most underrated users in the entire league. He doesn't get
definitely.
talked about a lot, but he puts W's on the board. I think the Skins should win the game. Just a better team overall. Eagles, they play better when they run the football. When they get behind, they tend to just throw the ball every single down, it just doesn't work. You have to have a consistent running game to play well. Next, we have the Colts at the Bills. Colts are 2-13. I assume this game is going to be played because 2 is going to be back in town for this game. Bills are 9-5-1. If he wins, of course he's going to lock up his playoff spot there. It's a big game for him. Drop is, man, he's tough to read because big games he will play like it's a big game. He'll play huge. But then these regular season at least. But then these games that tend not to matter as much, he'll skate by. Like he beat the Bucs by like 15 last couple weeks ago. He beat the Texans by like 10. He doesn't seem to have his full heart into them. So this should be interesting here. I know firsthand that 2 can sneak up on you. Man, you think, oh, I've got this, I'm fine, I'm coming back, things like that, and then he'll just milk the
Didn't
rest
he
of the
beat
clock
Gavin?
away. Yes, he did. He beat Gavin a few weeks ago. It's one of his wins. So let's start with Leslie here, man. You think the Colts got it, or are you going drop?
Now I'm going with drop. Looking to uh looking to stay ahead going into the playoffs. I think he's going to win big actually, and try to build his confidence for wild card weekend.
All right, E-Fly.
Yeah, I got Bills in this one.
Okay.
Well, win maybe like 38-7.
All right, I got the Bills winning as well. I think if 2 can run the football and not get into his turnovers, that he could keep this game close early. But I'll go Bills in a big win. He'll adjust well in the second half. Next, we got the Broncos at 11-4 on the road, playing the 11-3-1 Giants. This is one of the games of the week. Definitely one I'm super excited. Both of them heavy run teams with Saquon Barkley and Puka Williams. Broncos, I would say, definitely a better defensive user. So this is going to be an interesting game. I'm really looking forward to tuning into this one. All right, Chris, what do you think, man?
But I think Puka gonna keep dominating. So I'm gonna go with Puka.
All right, Leslie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the Giants. Seems like they got everything set in place. They know what type of scheme they want to run.
I'm watching.
Got their plays down pat. And they can just go other outside of Saquon Barkley too. Like so, they got other weapons besides Saquon. I think Denver relies heavily on Puka, and if Efly can stop him, then he's going to get the victory. So I like the Giants in this one. It's gonna be a close game. I like a one possession game, 3 to 7 points.
All right. And E-Fly, man, what do you think here? Big, huge game, man.
Um, I think I got myself playing this one 31-28. It's gonna be a close game for sure.
Man, this is tough for me because I think Broncos is one of those not sneaky good, but one of the underrated
Yeah,
users
he's a
in the
really
league.
good defensive user.
Yeah, exactly. I think if you can stop Puka, you can win the game. You
Yeah,
definitely have
especially
more
against
weapons.
defense.
DJ Chark is really
He's a
really
beast.
underrated receiver. Yeah, he is putting up
I hope I
numbers
get an
out there.
upgrade from him.
Um, man, I'm torn. Giants have won a lot of games in a row. He's having a real good finish to the season. I think I'm gonna take. I think I'm gonna take the Broncos to win. I think I'm gonna take the Broncos to win a very close game here. I've been picking E-Fly all season, but Puka is hard to stop,
Nah,
and
you've been betting against him.
I've been picking you all year, bro. You've been like my upset pick of the week like 4 times. Um, I'm gonna take the Broncos. Man, defense still wins championships, and I think that here both are good offensive user, but there's a glaring difference about who is a better defensive user. So I'm gonna stick with the Broncos here.
I think
Next,
the difference is though because like you said, Efly just got to stop Puka. Like the Denver got to stop Shark. He got to stop Barkley. I mean, like so he got to pick his poison on defense. If you can, if Efly can find a rhythm on defense, he'll be fine. I think.
um, yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. I'm really looking forward to this game. Next, we get the Patriots at 6-9, playing on the road at the 10-5 Jags. Jags want to win this game to hold on to the 5 seat. Pat's looking to keep building up Justin Fields. I'm gonna let the cat out the bag on this one. Jordan Love has got a superstar dev game for this, so expect a lot of passing and just trying to get him his numbers. We obviously want to get the win as well. Um, it's going to be interesting here, man. Pat's one of those sneaky users he can get people, man. He beat the Raiders early in the year. He played Savon real close week 1. He's played a couple people real close. Just couldn't get the W in them. Start with Leslie here, man. What do you think? Two AFC teams.
I like the Jaguars in this game. I think Waddle's gonna have a big game. You play cover three, he's gonna burn you down the middle every single time. So I'm not too familiar with the patch user, but I know they better. You can't play cover two, and if you play cover three, he's gonna burn you down the middle with his fast receiver. So I like the Jaguars in this game.
All right, you fly.
Yeah, I got you winning this game. I want to say 28-17.
All right, Chris. Jags. All right. Um, I'm gonna take myself obviously. I think this could be a close game. You look at the records and you look at one team in the playoff and one not. You think possibly a blowout, but I think this is gonna be a good game, man. Especially if Pats can keep his turnovers down.
I gotta go check my dog. I'll be back.
That's fine. So it could be interesting, man. But I'm gonna take myself to win the game. I do appreciate the comments about burning down the middle against cover three. Pats do run a lot of cover three, so we'll see how this
Yeah,
game goes.
exactly.
Next we get the Packers at 12-3, currently holding the 1 seed, on the road at the Steelers, who are 4-11. I know he wants to get the win. Improve his record heading into the offseason. Big game for Dean here. I think Dean needs to spend this game finding a run game. You can get away in the regular season without running the ball, but he just hasn't had a consistent run game all season long. So it's going to be interesting here. Could be an interesting game. Let's start with Chris. You know Dean's team very well. And you sent the Pittsburgh starting quarterback to him. So you know something about both these teams, man. What do you think? Steelers. Oh, he's just picking who he wants to win. All right, Leslie. You know the Steelers very well, man. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I like the Packers in this game. I think they should just fine tune whatever they're working on that they're not really great at against the Steelers, and if it's a close game, they'll do what they usually do. But I like the Packers in this game. Work on some things going into the playoffs.
All right. Uh, Efly is not back yet. I'll make my prediction. I think Dean's gonna win. I think he's definitely he's my pick to win the Super Bowl this year, heading into the postseason. Um, so I think he's gonna win here. He's gonna find himself a run game. He's gonna get things done. It is hard to throw the ball against him, man. He's got like three cornerbacks. All of them are just massive and play really good man coverage and can run and jump, and it's just he's difficult to play against. So we'll keep it moving. Next, we have the Seahawks at 9-6, playing the 8-7 Rams. Uh, both Efly and Chris know this new Hawks user very well. I've heard a lot of good things about him, so looking for him to make some noise in the postseason. He does win the division with a win here. If he loses and the Cardinals win, then the Cards win the division. So let's start with Chris here, man. What do you think? You know Marcus very well, so
Seahawks and do like this the auto rollout.
okay.
Cardinals are beating the Titans right now.
Wow, is he really? I gotta tune into that. Leslie, what do you think, man?
I've never seen either user play. Is the Rams new? I never seen him play either.
He's played a few games. He's not new. This is his first season, but he's
Oh,
been playing
okay.
all year.
Yeah. I guess based off of hearsay, I'm gonna go with the Seahawks.
All right. Um, how do you? How can you tell that Cards are winning? Oh, I see the stream now. I didn't see it before. Um,
Crazy.
yeah, I'm gonna take the Hawks to win this game on the road. The Rams just cannot stop the run. I think whenever Marcus notices that, he's gonna definitely focus on it. He's just gonna dominate this game. Next, we have the Ravens at the Raiders. This is a massive game. Probably, I would say, the most important game of the week because it affects two different playoff teams. So as far as someone making the playoffs, Raiders 9-6 on the road at the 8-7 Raiders. Ravens win this game and the Bengals lose. They win the division and make the playoffs. If they win this game and the Bengals win, they still make the playoffs and get the number 7 seed. If the Ravens do lose and the Chargers win against the Chiefs, then the Ravens miss out on the postseason and the Chargers get in. Um, Raiders looking to finish above 500 with a win here. And also, he would probably enjoy um, keeping the Ravens out the playoffs here. It's nice to be the spoiler sometimes. So let's start with you, Leslie. You know Chap and his team very well. What do you think, man?
God damn, Dad, Cameron, I was wrong with. Oh, sorry. Watching this game. Wow, it is crazy, man. Um, the Ravens got to get off of that D line user. If he uses the D line, Henry Ruggs is going to burn him all day long. I'm gonna go with the Raiders in the upset. I think he's just too inconsistent as a defensive user, and speed kills when you don't play anything outside of safeties and linebackers. So I like the Raiders in this game.
All right. Um, what about you, Chris? What do you think?
Ravens.
Ravens on the road. All right. E-Fly, are you back?
Yeah, I got Ravens.
Ravens. I actually really like Leslie's insight on this. He knows a lot about a lot of the users in here. That D line usering for Chap is not going to get it done, especially in the postseason. Even if he makes the playoffs as the 7 seed, he's going to get Savon in the second round. And let me tell you something, he's going to eat him alive like that. Um, so I look for the Raiders to win this game. Henry Ruggs can beat him deep, and Josh Jacobs is really good running the football as well. He's a really good power back. So I like the Raiders to win this game at home in a real close game, thus opening the door for the Chargers to have a chance. Next is the Titans at the Cardinals, and let me tell you something. If you told me the score was 28-7 heading into the fourth quarter, um, I would have guessed that the Titans were winning, but you would be wrong. The
Dude,
Cardinals
the
are.
Cardinals are confusing. Yes, like they're good. Like they confuse me, man.
Yeah, he is beating the dog shit out of Twan right now. Uh, Titans just scored to make it.
That's cause he went out the pocket and routes to do.
He do what? What do he do?
He run out the pocket with Murray almost every damn play and sit on the sideline and wait for routes to go.
I'm gonna have
Mm.
to look into that. I hope that's not the case of what's going on. he is up 28-14. Titans kicking off here late in the third. Um, I think the Titans still have a good chance to win this game. He's the better user, I think. Especially he can run the ball better, he can pass the ball better. Defensively, they're about the same, maybe a slight edge to the Cards. Roster's definitely better for the Titans. So it's gonna be interesting. I know that Twan can come back from being down 14 in the fourth because he did it on me earlier this season. In the game that he beat me, he went to overtime. It's fine. Um, let's hear it, Leslie. What do you think, man?
I'm not going. If I was a bet man, I would bet with the Cardinals. I'm not going. Twan can come back, but I just think it looks like the Cardinals is in rhythm this game. So I'm looking for them to continue this into the fourth quarter and probably win. Twan will probably keep it make it a one position game at the end, but I like the Cardinals to finish it off.
Chris?
Shoot, I don't think he coming back. I'm gonna pick the card.
All right. You know what the fucked up part about this game is that even if the Cardinals win, I don't think he can make the playoffs because he would be 10-6. The Lions would also be 10-6, and the Lions beat him earlier in the season. Um, or if the Hawks win, it's a three-way tie at 10-6. It then goes to division record, and the Seahawks have a better division record than the Cardinals do. So the Seahawks win. So I guess just a good coup de grace to his season, but I don't think he can make the playoffs, even if he wins this game. Um, I'm going to take
He can make it though if Peso lose.
Peso's getting a force win because Dwayne's working doubles all week, so Peso's getting a force win.
Spot with Peso take.
Oh,
Oh, Falcons.
Yeah, the Falcons, one of the teams looking the outside looking in as well. If he won and there was like a four-way tie for 10-6, the way it goes is the limit one per division first. So it would go Cardinals and Seahawks, and the Seahawks have the tiebreaker. Well, I guess one of those two teams is going to get the division. If the Cardinals win this game, the only way he
he,
can make
he,
the playoffs is for the Seahawks to lose to the Rams.
he just went
Uh,
3-0 too. So he like if Twan scored right here, it's a game. It's still early in the fourth quarter.
it completely slipped my mind. The Cardinals can still make the playoffs. They just have to. The Rams have to upset the Seahawks. Um, and then Cards would finish 10-6, and the Hawks would finish 9-7. So it's definitely possible. I know he's looking for parallel to get the win over Marcus. None of us picked it, but we'll see. Titans got the ball. They're moving. They're across the 50 already with 5.5
Yeah,
minutes left. So this
that
looks
3-0
like
was big for the Titans.
exactly.
Yeah.
This could be a really good finish. Next, we got the Cowboys at Lions. Lions are getting a force win. Then we got the Chargers at the Chiefs. The Chiefs at the Chargers. This was going to be a force win for the Chargers, but we've got a Chiefs user now. His name is Daryl Funderbank. I can't remember. He's one of the original startup members of this league. I don't know him very well at all,
That's my guy right there, man.
but I know a few of y'all know him. I don't know how he plays. I don't know anything about him. So I know Chargers plays good defense. He limits. He really does a great job stopping the run. So what do you think, Leslie? I'm gonna let you hit it first, man.
I think Daryl got to get the rules down packed, man. He got to get the rules like set in his head. Like that's what's
Oh,
going to kill him. The rules is going to kill him, man. Like,
oh, crucial pick six right there. Cardinals
oh
taking it home.
god damn.
Yep, Cardinals
Yeah.
taking that throw out of sack animation got him fucked up. Yeah, that
Based
is
off
your that's your game, folks.
yeah, based off user skill, I like the Chiefs, but he just it's like I said, adapting to these rules is going to be kind of hard for him. So I like the Chargers in this game.
It's gonna be interesting. I really don't know anything about the Chargers, like I said. So I'm tempted to stick with the Chargers, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. Just a strong run game. He plays great defense. He's gonna have a lot of weapons stop out there in Kansas City, but I think he can do it. So if my predictions hold true and the Raiders win and the Chargers win, he'll get the last playoff spot. A real Cinderella story for him. Chris, what do you think, man? Chargers. Efly, are you back? Okay. Lastly, we got the Falcons at the Dolphins. Dolphins are 13-2. Falcons 9-6. Falcons can still make the playoffs because he did beat the Lions earlier in the year. So if he wins, if he were to win, then the Hawks won. He would finish tied 10-6 with the Cardinals and the Giants. And I want to say excuse me, the Cardinals and the Lions. I know he beat the Lions. I'm not sure if he played the Cardinals. So,
Right back, touchdown.
yeah, right back. Wow, this could be a great finish, man. So definitely Falcons still got a chance to make the playoffs. Saban definitely wants to win heading into the postseason. I've never seen him take a loss, a 2-game losing streak into the postseason. So that would be crazy. Chris, what do you think here, man?
What team is it?
The Falcons at the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
All right, Leslie.
Yeah, like you said, like Jason, honestly, the Dolphins losing two in a row. Look, and he's gonna look to finish strong going to the playoffs. What is it? He a 5 seed? I mean, what seed is he going to be? Like the 4 or 5?
Who? The Dolphins?
No, he's going to win the division, right? He's going to win
Yeah,
the division.
he's gonna be the 2 seed.
Yeah, he's going to be a 2 seed. All right, but he don't get that bye though, right?
Yeah, he will not get the bye. He'll have a first round
Yeah.
matchup with either the Ravens, Chargers, or Bengals. One of those 3 teams.
Oh, he good then.
Likely the Ravens or the Chargers.
Yeah, like
Oh, Jimmy players hurt.
which one?
Wow, big run, Kenyon Drake.
No,
I just Twan is,
fucking bullshit. Turn off injuries.
you know, Twan has struggled all season stopping the run game, and it's going to hurt him here. Kenyon Drake is just gashing him. Cardinals moving the football here. I'm going to take the Dolphins to win. Like I said, I just can't imagine Simon losing.
Yeah.
That's going to be it for the predictions video. That's going to be it for the predictions video. Everybody make sure that you're getting your game streamed. Everybody tune into this Titans and Cardinals game. Maybe don't play your players week 17 in a game that doesn't matter, and you won't have to worry about injuries. Anyway, everybody have a good day and get your games in. I appreciate everyone for joining in for the video.